One Punch Man Season 1 is directed by Shingo Natsumi and is based off the best-selling manga created by One. The show tells a story about a superhero named Saitama who is able to defeat any enemy with one punch. But once he meets a cyborg human named Genos, they both embark on a journey to rank among the top of the Hero Association. I remember back when this show first came out and my sister was watching it. She wanted to show me it on Netflix and I watched all 12 episodes and I had a really fun time with it. I thought it was a lot of fun, but years later with a new season coming out, I figured it about time I rewatched this first season with my mom and show her just how crazy this show is. And after my latest rewatch of Season 1, I can confidently still say that this anime, at least Season 1, is top tier. Season 1 of One Punch Man is one of the best animes out there. From how unconventional the story is, to just how clever the writing is, and just how insane the animation is. This show was able to peak at every level of storytelling and animation it could possibly reach at the time. And starting with the animation, my goodness, Madhouse and the freelancers that they brought into this project did a phenomenal job. The way this anime looks all throughout was absolutely perfect. Not only are the drawings and the character designs absolutely fantastic and creative, but just how fluid the action can be is absolutely insane. The impact frames hit. Each kick, you feel the wind blowing through as someone swings their fist through a wall or at a character or something. You can feel the action in every sequence there's any sort of fight choreography. It is absolutely incredible. And the one-shot Saitama is able to bring into every fight. Each one of them has their own set of impact, or at least level of impact. You can feel when he's just doing his normal consecutive punches, all the way up to his killer move, Serious. Just every punch out of the sky. Even when he is bored of it, you feel excited yourself when he's about to get that one blow ready. But fantastic animation and fight choreography can only get you so far if the story is not interesting. But luckily, One Punch Man's story in Season 1 is absolutely fantastic. From the way it is unconventionally written, to have you think one scene is going to go one way, but it goes into a different direction, and it always keeps your attention with how unconventional it is. From the way we have a pretty unconventional protagonist in Saitama who can solve every problem with one punch, but it's not really the character going through something on a deep journey of self-discovery that changes the way and makes him stronger physically, or he trains himself throughout the course of the series to get stronger, like physically. He's already physically strong, but it is what's happening in his mind that is bothering him. He's bored of life. He is a bit depressed as well, and lives in a crappy apartment, and he can sometimes be full of himself, and you start to see him question whether or not he wants to be a hero, if he just feels like what he's doing is lifeless to him now. But there are moments throughout this show that showcases Saitama's true character and why he wanted to become a hero in the first place. from the first episode, which is a fantastic pilot episode introducing us to the world that our characters are living in, that's full of monsters attacking every day. Like, seriously, how many times does this city have to be destroyed until people think, hey, maybe we should not live here because monsters are fucking up our backyard every single day. Maybe we should move out. Like, ignore that logic. I'm pretty sure the show knows that is ridiculous and just has fun with the world that our characters are set in. We see Saitama kill Vaccine Man in one blow, and instead of a big celebration, we see him be upset about that, which is a very fantastic hook for us to get interested in this character. And then we cut to a backstory of him saving a kid from this crab monster, and we see that he always wanted to be a hero as a kid, and this is the origins of that ideology. But then we cut back to the present, and he doesn't feel that same emotional weight anymore. So throughout the show, we see him around this kind of state of mind where he can show a bit of emotion here and there, but for the most part, he is just bored, stale, and just going through the motions of life until he meets a character named Genos, which he forms a sort of master-student relationship with in the first few episodes, as Genos looks up to him as a master and wants to be stronger as well. So Saitama is taking him upon his wing a bit as they both try to navigate their way through the Hero Association, which all that stuff with Genos and Saitama, I honestly thought are absolutely brilliant because their dynamic and how they interact with each other, I thought was genuinely compelling. As how the relationship starts is, again, Saitama is not really into being a master for someone else. He just wants to live life a bit by himself. But as the show goes on, we see him be more comfortable around the presence of Genos, and then later on, they start to form more of a friendship rather than a student-master kind of relationship. And we see moments where Genos more or less talks to Saitama like he is a friend instead of a master, seeing more of the humanity as the more time he spends with him, and understanding what Saitama truly needs and wants in his life. And all this culminates very well in the 9th episode of the series, where Saitama, Genos, and a few other heroes are going up against the Deep Sea King, who is attacking this city, and all of our characters have to figure out a way to try and defeat him. All outside Saitama is trying to find the battle with Moomin Rider, who is also trying to do his best to save everyone. And Moomin Rider gives, in my opinion, one of the best scenes in this entire anime, where once he finally is able to find the Deep Sea King, despite having no chance against him, still stands his ground to try and fight however he can and do whatever he can to make sure he doesn't hurt any more people. And seeing the crowd cheer for him as he talks about not giving up and how it's not about winning or losing, it's about taking on right here and right now. That moment always makes me cry, from the build up to the music to the voice actors, especially the background voice actors who are just the normal everyday people chanting for him. Just everything about this scene hits you so emotionally well, because throughout the episode we see Moomin Rider showcase the true value of a hero that most of the S and A class heroes don't really showcase all that much, as they are more focused on their class level and being able to just defeat a monster and that's it. Moomin Rider just cares about the people and doing whatever he can to help him. Which is why when Saitama was able to arrive in time and save Moomin Rider, he more so acknowledges his actions rather than all the other heroes, as he showcases a true heart of a hero. which kind of is a conflict if you watch some parts of the show before, where Saitama can be a bit selfish at times and more focused on his wants and needs. But in moments like this, he showcases what he really values of being a hero, which is sacrificing something of himself in order to protect the Hero Association and making sure people are able to still trust this hero group that's out there sacrificing their lives. And Saitama doesn't do this one time. He also sacrifices his public image in another episode where he goes up against Tank Top Tiger and Tank Top Black Hole and proclaims that he destroyed a meteor that is about to destroy this city. And he talks to everyone, yells at everyone, telling them that he is the one that destroys this meteor, and he doesn't do any of this hero stuff just to see himself go up to the higher ranks or to be just noticed. He does it because he wants to do it, to see what he values. And so we see a character that always seems to be selfish and full of himself, but at the end does the right thing because in his heart he values other people and making sure everyone is safe and making sure that the heroes that he idolizes for the most part are able to still be respected. And all of this culminates in a very fantastic final showdown against Boros, who is this space god that is going down to Earth to try and find a worthy opponent. And they have this epic clash against each other, and throughout the fight, Saitama is taking it easy. Boros is getting some fights and some punches and showing a bit more effort than most monsters throughout the rest of the show. But what I love about this fight is how Boros in many ways relates to Saitama so much in the way they think and what their wants and goals are. They share a very similar case of boredom in that they want to have a true physical challenge. And when Saitama notices that about Boros, we now understand that Saitama is taking this fight lightly and elongating it just for the sake for Boros to have a worthy fight for once in his life. Yeah, he's destroying everyone, killing a lot of people, his minions down fighting the other S-class and A-class heroes. They're all getting their asses kicked and they're doing their best to try and fight each other, but up on top of the ship is more of a different kind of battle. Yes, it's physical, but we also get an emotional understanding of these characters, and it's very compelling. Saitama is able to see himself in Boros and gives him something that he could never have. But even that doesn't last long when Boros is defeated and acknowledges that he stood no chance from the very beginning of the fight, and that wasn't even a battle. Seriously, just the writing of this show, how unconventional it is and how it's able to pull your emotions very well. Just absolutely fantastic writing all throughout, with not only the dialogue sequences or characters just talking, but even in the fights as well, there is compelling storytelling going on with the characters. And that's what this show does so well, is that it does the characters justice, and you feel for their struggle, you feel their emotions, you understand their wants and goals. One Punch Man Season 1 is an absolutely fantastic anime, and if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend you guys go check out Season 1. Maybe even Season 2, I think it's a bit underrated, I think it's overhated at this point now. But Season 3, I'm gonna give One Punch Man Season 1 an A+. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and happy 10 years season 1 of One Punch Man. Wish it was a better year for that.